Hey everybody, it's Kira and welcome back to my channel. So today I have my December wrap-up for you guys. I managed to read 3 things in the last month of 2020. 2 of them are books, one of them is a really short story, so I'm going to talk about them. So the first book that I read is Breadcrumbs by Anne Ursu. This is a middle grade book that I've had for forever. I'm pretty sure I've had this for like 3 years at this point, 2 or 3 years. And just never sat down and read it, so I finally did. I got it from a library book sale, which is why it has like the library stuff on it. But it was so good. This book was very atmospheric and magical and wonderful. So our main character's name is Hazel, and she's in 5th grade, and she has this best friend named Jack. And one day Jack just starts being kind of mean to her, and they don't really end up being friends anymore. There's a very much a magical aspect to this where Jack ends up getting taken by the White Queen or the Snow Queen. It's based loosely on Hans Christian Andersen's fairy tale The Snow Queen. So Jack ends up going with the Queen, and Hazel has to then go and rescue him and figure out what was going on with him. It's really interesting because Hazel's dad is no longer in the picture, and so you get a lot of Hazel like acting out in school and just working through her I don't want to like diagnose it as depression, but like depression like symptoms and all of the emotions that happen A, when you're in 5th grade in general, but B, when something important with your family happens. There's a lot of different feelings that you have, and I feel like the middle grade books that I've read that kind of deal with that kind of thing have done it very well. So I very much enjoyed this. Hazel goes into like this magical forest, and there's all sorts of these different fairy tale creatures and beings that you kind of meet, and everyone is like looking for something in this forest or is trying to keep her there, and so she has to like fight her way to go save her friend Jack. And it was really good. I've never heard anybody talk about this before, but I really encourage you to read it. It's very, very good. Then I have my short story that I read, which is Wild Things by A.M. Della Monica. Now, this I've had also for years. That's the theme of this video. This one I got in a Page Habit subscription, so that tells you how old this one is. Page Habit subscription used to have annotations from the author as well as include short stories, so I have another one somewhere in my room at home, another short story thing, so I figured I should probably sit down and read this. This was weird. I didn't really like it, I'll be completely honest. So it's kind of like a magical, magical slash dystopian world where like there are like bursts of magic, and it just like infuses the things around it. Our main character is Calla, and she meets this person named Aiden. But Aiden has been hit with magic, and so he is now connected to this like swamp slash bog that he was near the middle of when he got like hit by this magic wave. And so she kind of like forms a relationship with him, and so they talk about like crossing the border because they're in Canada and they have to cross the border into America. And I don't know, it was just very strange, and it was kind of about her, just her relationship with Aiden and their magic and how it affects them. It was very strange, and I mean, because it's a short story, you get pieces of information differently than you would if you're reading a novel, so there's not a lot of information thrown at you all at once. You kind of get it in pieces. As you're reading the story, you kind of are piecing together what's going on. It was just weird, and I'm probably going to get rid of this, honestly. And then my last read for 2020 was a wonderful book called Cat and Meg Conquer the World by Anna Premaza. Premaza, I think is how you say it. I don't know why I've never heard anybody talk about this book, but it was fantastic. So this is about 2 best friends, Cat and Meg. And Cat is new to this province in Canada and new to her school, and she ends up meeting this girl named Meg. They both bond over their shared love of this video game called Legend of the Stone, or LOTS for short. And they also follow this one YouTuber called Legs who does playthroughs of this video game. It reminded me of League of Legends, like that type of vibe. And the book is honestly just about Cat and Meg and their friendship. So Cat has anxiety and gets panic attacks, and Meg has ADHD. So if either of those things trigger you in any way, be careful going in. There is some descriptions of like panic attack. I think like twice in the book there's like a description of Cat like having a panic attack or like mentions of it. So if that's triggering for you, like please be careful with this. But it's really about like, this book doesn't have, like, a main plot or anything. It's just them going through their sophomore year of high school. They get paired up for a science project, so they have to figure out how to do the science project. But Kat has anxiety and doesn't like talking to people, and Meg has ADHD and can't focus on anything for very long. And so it's really interesting, like, because they split the book. Each chapter goes back and forth between Kat and Meg's point of view, so you get each of their mindsets, and they're both so completely different to each other, just in the way, like, their minds work in general. So it was so much fun. I loved the nerdiness of it. I loved the friendship aspect where they fought over stupid things and they fought over important things, but at the end of the day, they were both there for each other, and both were able to, like, take a step for the other person, as well as just, like, the casual in-between hanging out moments that this book really had and really showcased as well. I just loved it so much, and it's not going to be, like, one of my all-time favorites, but it's definitely one that I would recommend if you're looking for, like, girl friendships, because I feel like we don't get enough of that in YA Lit. If you're looking for girl friendships, Kat and Meg Conquer the World is, like, a really good one. So yeah, that's it. Those were all the books that I finished in the month of December to wrap up my 2020 reading. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you want to follow me on social media, all my links will be in the description as always. If you want to talk about any of these books, let me know in the comments. I'd love to chat about them as well. So yeah, thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!